What's up, Internet? What's up, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to Internet Television. I am your host, but not as cool as Space Ghost. I am Mr. X.
Your mom goes to college.
Anyway, we have a metric shit ton to get through, so let's just get to the shit show. Firstly, a little update about the channel. I had an astute viewer recently ask,
"Hey man, I like the channel, but what are you all about?"
Oh, you were finished? Oh, well, allow me to retort.
Internet television is and I use this term loosely, current event show influenced by pop culture, television, gaming, internet, and real life. Seeing videos about games or movies or other things that I love are not out of the question either, so you'll just have to stick around and find out what comes out next. Alright, let's be clear. I'm about to piss off both sides of the aisles.
Bullshit!
But frankly, I don't give a fuck. The degree to some folks drink the Kool-Aid recently is unbelievable. Oh yeah! If you need a trigger warning, here it is now.
You're fucking a white male!
Okay, the first story is literally tearing the country apart at the seams.
Did not hit her. It's not true. You're tearing me. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Apart, Lisa. Oh, hi, Mark.
Donald J. Trump and cabinet recently heavily started enforcing the existing immigration policies set by the former administration, the Obamas. In addition to enforcing the existing policies, he began enforcing the, quote, zero tolerance policy, which loosely goes like this. Children accompanying parents of guardians attempting to secretly or covertly enter the country will be obtained and detained while the parents face criminal charges due to violating immigration policy. This set off an unprecedented shitstorm in the media, and particularly on social media. Red staters quickly jumped on top of the precedent set by the blue team, easily pulling and citing things like this. All Americans, not only in the states have heavily affected in every other place of this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use to impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administrators have moved aggressively to secure our borders by hiring a record number of new border guards and deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring and by earning welfare benefits to illegal aliens. In the budget I'll present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. It's wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit this kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have set in recent years, and we must do more to stop it. Bill Clinton remarks of the State of the Union, Washington, D.C., 1/24/1995.
If Monica Lewinsky says that while you were in the Oval Office area you touched her breast, would she be lying?
Let me say something about all this, but go ahead and ask your questions.
The question is, if Monica Lewinsky says that while you were in the Oval Office area you touched her breast, would she be lying?
Let me say something about all this. That is not my recollection. Let me say something about all this. My recollection is that I did not have sexual relations with Ms. Lewinsky by that.
I plead the fifth.
If she says that you kissed her breast, would she be lying?
I'm going to revert to my former statement. I'm staying on my former statement about that.
If she said...
My statement is that I did not have sexual relations as defined. Let me say something about all this. The statement is that I did not have sexual relations as defined by that.
If she says that you kissed her breast, would she be lying?
I'm going to revert to my former statement.
Okay. If Monica Lewinsky says that while you were in the Oval Office area you touched her genitalia, would she be lying? That calls for a yes, no, or reverting to your former statement.
Let me say something about all this, and I will revert to my statement on that.
If Monica Lewinsky says that you used a cigar as a sexual aid with her in the Oval Office area, would you be lying?
If Monica Lewinsky says that you used a cigar as a sexual aid with her in the Oval Office area.
But go ahead and ask your question.
Yes, no, or won't answer.
I will revert to my former statement. Let me say something about all this.
If Monica Lewinsky says that you had phone sex with her, would she be lying?
Let me say something about all this. The statement is that I did not have sexual relations as defined. Well, that is, at least in general terms, I think is covered by my statement. I addressed that in my statement, and that I don't believe is...
Let me define phone sex for purposes of my question. Phone sex occurs when a party to a phone conversation masturbates while the other party is talking in a sexually explicit manner.
And even Barry O.
Now, trust me, I think that this party can be the most inspirational party this campus has ever seen. Is that coming to me? And just grab that and... Some righteous bud. Some righteous bud we got going on there.
Real reform means strong border security, and we can build on the progress my administration has already made, putting more boots on the ground in the southern border at any other time in history, and reducing illegal crossings in the lowest levels of 40 years. Real reform means establishing a reasonable pathway to earn citizenship, a path that includes passing a background check, paying taxes and a meaningful penalty, learning English, going back of the line and behind folks trying to come in here legally. Real reform means fixing the legal immigration system to cut waiting periods and attract highly skilled entrepreneurs and engineers that will help create jobs and grow our economy. President Barack Obama remarks at the State of the Union, Washington, D.C. 2/12/13.
Righteous bud.
While it does seem if there are common themes and outcomes compared to the events of the day, it is the GOP that has masterminded and implemented the zero-tolerance policy. While the policy has been enacted, over 2,000 children have been separated from their parents and/or guardians. So, this story has over 20 years in the making and moves faster than shit. We go to the update this complete and utter media circus has caused. On June 6, 2018, President Donald J. Trump signed an executive order designed to solve the issue of family segregation in the United States borders. According to the updates, prosecution of improper entry will continue to happen. Families will not be separated, however.
What caused Trump to reverse course on family separation, Mr. X?
Off the record, because it's egregious, monstrous, and perhaps a little dictatorial. The backlash has been over the top as well it should be. I agree, the state of immigration policy is a complete shit show, and the Trump administration essentially just flexed on children as a deterrent to their kindred seeking amnesty in the United States. This is what Trump had to say. We are keeping families together and this will solve the problem. At the time, we were keeping a very powerful border and it continues to be a zero tolerance. We have zero tolerance for people that enter our country illegally, Mr. Trump said. He added that no one had the political courage to take care of the issue when he claims to have gone on for over 60 years. Okay, two things. Number one, the immigration issue is old as and it's been circulating in the government system for as long as I can personally remember, and it seems like we're actually taking actions at this point in time.
But Mr. X, doesn't that make you a Nazi?
Hardly. Don't shoot the messenger. See? See what I did there? Number 2, the policies and current momentum regarding immigration have been indeed a collaborative effort between the red and the blue team, although each side is so butthurt they never admit it, instead choosing to act like little children.
No, not my side. We never do anything wrong. Never ever. There's no way both sides are wicked corrupt. No way possible.
I never misfiled anything! Not once, not one time!
If you really believe this, regardless of what side of the aisle you happen to fall on, Darwinism should be catching up with you real soon. CNN recently published an article here titled, "What Trump Supporters Think of Family Separations at the Border." Even if conservative politics aren't necessarily your thing, take a look. Have you ever heard the phrase, "Keep your friends near, but your enemies closer"? Instead of going through the article, I'll provide my opinion. The left tend to strip issues down to their individual components, asking overly simplified questions. Is what's happening a human rights violation? Yes. How do I feel about that?
No, sir, I don't like it.
Then, spew simplified propaganda on every platform they can get their hands on. Many Debs don't even see the problem for what it is. While yes, I agree the United States was indeed founded on liberty and personal freedom, at what point should we be concerned for the country? Remember, millennials were old enough to live through 9/11, one of the most prolific days in United States history, much compared to that of Pearl Harbor or the assassination of President Kennedy. Also, socially, economically, politically, and technologically, what are these countries doing to influence 11 million of their citizens to risk their own lives just the hope of entering the United States? I'm no Sherlock, but plenty sure there's human rights violations happening in our neighboring countries. Wouldn't it make more sense to address the problem rather than continue to develop rigid and increasingly complicated immigration laws? Hey you still with me? Did I piss the snowflakes off yet? Good. But hey, now I at least get to take shots at the Republicans. The red team is afraid of change. I hear conservative talk radio hosts in Southwest Florida reminiscing literally about the 1950s. Some of the stories are cool, but frankly it really comes across like two old crusty men complaining about, quote, how it used to be. Get off my lawn. If you're still with me, thanks for sticking it out. A few more things and then you can go back to whatever the fuck it was you were doing, looking at cat memes. I would rather endure the turmoil and uneasiness the Trump administration has brought now, rather than have the American population continue to foster and abate animosity. Because despite what the popular song says, but we're never gonna survive unless we get a little crazy. I believe the truth is we're only gonna survive unless we truly help one another. Anyway guys, you have been tuning in to Internet Television. I hope you had a good time shooting the shit. If you did, devastate that like button. If you are intrigued or want to see more, please consider subscribing. Passionate about today's topic? Sound off in the comments below. As always, I am Mr. X. This has been Internet Television, and we are out.
All right. Everybody focus up. Look, this party tonight could be a model for the way that the world should work. And I just want to say, I'm totally stoked to the max about it. All right? You guys feeling good?
Yeah.
Oh, Dennis, what, are you shooting video?
Yeah, man.
All right, well, be careful with that. I might run for office someday.